Hi, folks. Welcome to Crisco's Corner.
Hi, folks. Welcome back. Well, it's worse than I thought. Conservatives blast the 18 Republican senators who voted in favor of the Omnibus bill. Monstrosity. Yeah. You know, the uniparty's in full swing. We're in a lot more trouble than I thought. The U.S. Senate, one of its main purposes in the founding of the country, was to be a stopgap from the craziness that goes on in the House and just be a firewall for what's going on. And they failed us dramatically. Look at this, 68 to 29. These people ought to be ashamed of themselves. It's incredible to me. What they're taking this country is right down the... And that's exactly what's going on. The uniparty. You know, this is why they hate supposedly MAGA people and the old Tea Party people, and they even hate Trump. Of course, they loved him before he ran for president, but that's another issue for another time. The firewall of the Senate has failed, and now the fire is raging throughout the rest of the building, and that's what firewalls do. Let's read on. Conservatives on Twitter blasted the news that the Senate had passed a massive $1.7 trillion omnibus bill, 68 to 29 vote Thursday. Now, it'll be interesting to see the three senators that were missing. I haven't looked it up. My gut tells me out of the three, most of them were Republicans, but I can't be sure. One thing I will give the Democrats, they do stick together, and that works really well in politics, but it really sucks for government, especially targeting the 18 Republicans who voted in favor of more government spending. Now, here's the thing. I was a local elected official in early 2000, so I know a little bit about politics. Former Democrat. I emphasize the former. I'm a Republican since 2013. Now, they didn't need all those extra votes. They didn't, but they voted in favor of it anyway. And you have to ask yourself why. The Senate approved the 4,000-page bill. Now, it's funny, they asked Senator from Kentucky, Mitch McConnell, how could you possibly read a 4,000-plus bill when he only got it the day before? And he went, man, they sound like Charlie Brown's, the adults in Charlie Brown. Wah, 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 wah. It's insane. 4,000-page bill. Those of us that are old enough to remember the old Encyclopedia Britannicas, I doubt if all the volumes put together would have made 4,000 pages. Though many Republican senators had spoken out against the bill, the final tally revealed several Republicans voting in line with the 50 Senate Democrats. This vote should have been 50-50, with Kamala Harris with a tie-breaking vote. Period. Right-leaning social media users and other Republican senators are quick to pile on the sellouts. Sellouts is being kind. It's being kind. It's amazing to me. Truly amazing. Mitch McConnell, I gave him credit for a lot of things. Number one, getting 3 Supreme Court justices on the Supreme Court through Trump, who he despises. He is the epitome of the pieces of crap that are the uniparty. He would rather be in charge in the minority and be minority leader than move the country forward. It's really that simple. Trump even gave his wife a job. She had a cabinet post. And what did she do? Of course, she turned on him. Unbelievable. I like this. Elon Musk taught Schumer McConnell after Twitter poll shows opposition to Omnibus bill. But here's the problem. It won't matter. It won't matter. Why? Because the vast majority of people are dug in and will vote R or D no matter what. And you're saying, John, well, what other choice do they have? We have crappy candidates And if you're a conservative person, what are you supposed to do? Vote for the D who's out of control, a progressive, or vote for a uniparty Republican? Again, quality of candidates. But the problem is, just like the Democrats, a normal Democrat, an old school Democrat, which there are still some left, but very small amount, can never win a primary. Same goes for a very conservative Republican, could never win a primary over a uniparty Republican. Is the Republic falling apart? I don't know. I'm looking forward to the 7% approval rating Mitch McConnell's next lecture on candidate quality after leading the charge to take away the new GOP House majority leverage over the budget for an entire year. Said X-Strategy senior digital strategist Greg Price. Yeah, looking forward to it. Act for America founder Bridget Gabriel wrote, who is worse, the Democrats who are actively destroying the country or the Republicans who are sitting on their hands watching it burn? Why? Because they care about what the New York Times thinks of them than their own constituents. Yuck, said American Commitment President Phil Kerpen. Senator Rand Paul, I like a lot. He's got his faults. I don't agree with everything he says, but he definitely has the right idea. I'm disappointed in some of my fellow Republicans who voted against respecting the taxpayers and for empowering themselves to spend your money with reckless abandon. It's become monopoly money now. And we know what happens historically when you start spending money like this. Money becomes worthless. Just before the regime that took over Germany in the 1930s, they were burning money because it was cheaper than buying wood. Internet Accountability Project Senior Counsel Will Chamberlain, who I like a lot. He's a little dry, but I like Will. Every single Republican senator should be asked point blank, is the Russia-Ukraine border more important than our own southern border? I never want to hear any Republican who voted for this monstrosity pretend that they're for fiscal sanity or border security, said Representative Dan Bishop, Republican in North Carolina. It's incredible to me. Bishop previously went viral after tweeting a lengthy thread on the projects that he would be funded within the Constitution, within the Omnibus bill. I got the Constitution in the back of my mind, must be. Among them included over $500 million into reproductive health in areas that threaten endangered species. Think about that for a minute. Just stop the video and let that sink in. On a more sinister note, there's at least $575 million for family planning in areas where population growth threatens biodiversity. I looked up Malthusianism, and it is a disturbing anti-American ideology. I suggest that you look this word up. I hate to go to Wikipedia, but it's actually have a decent explanation of what that is. It's an old theory from hundreds of years ago where the size of human population and agriculture. And it is a disturbing anti-American ideology that has zero place in any federal government. In a lot of ways, it's a polished up version of eugenics, which, by the way, was mainstream in the early 1900s in the United States. All Democrats, all pushed eugenics. Just like CRT is pushed in our universities, and gender studies and all that progressive nonsense, eugenics was number one in the humanities and in science in every major university in this country. In fact, the individuals that started in the 1930s in Germany, can't mention any names because it'll ruin the algorithm, came to America to study their eugenics program and brought it to Europe. It's a fact. Other stipulations of the bill included funding for DEI and structural racism, National Institute of Health Subdivision, and the prohibition for the Customs and Border Control. Prohibition. Think about this prohibition. It's amazing to me. It truly is. To acquire, maintain, or extend border security technology and capabilities. Think about that for a minute. Think about it. We're doomed. The firewall has now officially fallen. It was teetering before. But look at that vote, 68-29. What the hell are we supposed to do now? We are teetering on the edge of a knife, folks. And I don't know. I truly don't know how we're going to save this. But I still have hope, even though that hope is fleeting every month. It gets less and less and less. I had hoped that I wasn't the generation. I'm on the tail end of the baby boomers. I was born in 1956. I hope that I would not be the generation that would watch this republic destroy itself. But sadly, it looks like that's more and more and more going to be a reality. I worry about my children, and especially my granddaughter and younger. She will be 3 in February. I worry about that. But there's nothing I can do about it now. The firewall, I think, has been purposely destroyed. And now the fire is raging. We're going to see what damage it causes. And can we survive the damage? I really don't know. What do you think? And until next time, goodbye and good luck.